Inner lights, peace. How to move on from a toxic relationship. If you clicked on this video, most likely you are in a toxic relationship or you've moved on and you're struggling to move on. You're struggling to start again, for you keep thinking about that person. You have a strong bond with that person that it runs so deep, that's hard for you to just cut them off. I'm not here to tell you that it's easy. I'm not here to tell you that there's a quick fix. Because you need to do some work, my friend. And even though this work may be tough, I'm telling you now, it's rewarding. It's very rewarding. For you will come out of it a different person. You will come out of it looking back at yourself, and you will start to question the decisions that you made in the past. You will start to question what you saw in that relationship. But the thing is, when we are in the situation, it is hard to see things clearly. It's difficult to see it very clearly. How to move on from a toxic relationship. Guys, the foundation of moving on, the foundation is for you to value yourself. The reason you accept toxicity is for the simple fact that you do not value yourself. You don't think you deserve to be respected. And when you meet people who respect you, people who treat you good, for the ladies, guys who open the doors for you, guys who are chivalrous, chivalrous, guys that show you love, guys that pull the chair back for you, you can't accept it. For you're used to the toxic, argumentative, in-your-face relationships. For that's what you've learned a healthy relationship is. You think when he's in your face, that's when he actually cares. And for the men, when you are with a girl that doesn't respect you, not affectionate, she doesn't respect your boundaries, she walks all over you, and you accept that. And you've been used to that so much, for you think that is all you can get. For you think that is all that you deserve. You don't value yourself, my friend. You don't value yourself. That is why you think that you deserve that toxic relationship. What is toxicity? What does it mean, toxic? Would you have something that's toxic in your house? A toxic substance that can harm you? Would you have that in your house? Something that is toxic that can cause health issues? Would you have that? Would you have that around your children? For those who have children? Would you leave it lying around just for everyone to have access to it? Would you leave it around you? Why do you do that with your relationships, my friend? Why do you do that with your love life? Why do you do that with your friends? You believe that's what you deserve, that's why. And until you heal that part of yourself, whether it's the inner child, whether it's that wounded person that's within you that hasn't been healed, that hasn't moved on from past events, you can't ever move forward. That's the simple truth, my friend. For if you haven't moved on, if you haven't healed, then you will continue to repeat the cycle. You will continue to meet other people who won't respect you, who won't love you. You will continue the same thing over and over because that is who you are. That is who you believed you are. You believed you are someone that deserves to be walked all over. You believe you are someone that deserves to be cheated on, someone that deserves to be disrespected. It's not easy to move on from a toxic relationship because even though it is toxic, even though it's hurting you, you love it. You think that's what true love is. But you need to reprogram your mind. You need to reprogram yourself, my friend. You need to unplug from this illusion that the world has fed us. We have influencers getting up, speaking, right, and saying, oh, toxicity, I want someone that's toxic. I want this that's toxic. Because that's what you believe is fun. And trust me, you'll be running around for most of your life with this toxicity until you realize that it's poison. And when you realize it's poison, it's already too late. All those good people that came to your life, they won't be there anymore. Those options that you had, you just waste your time, my friend. Don't waste your time. Don't listen to people that are just there to share their opinions. You don't know who these people are. You don't know what they do behind closed doors. So you need to judge rightly. And you need to take the right decisions for your own life, my friend. The way for you to move on is for you to heal. For you to take time out. Stop dating. I know it's hard. I know it's not easy. Get off the dating sites. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. Start working on yourself. Start getting to know who you truly are. Start to get to know yourself. Because you are lost in that past relationship. And it's taken away a piece of you because you have merged your identities. But that is not who you truly are. You are much greater, my friend. But you need to go down this journey of healing and getting to know who you truly are. Invest in yourself. Go work out. Go to the gym. Eat better. Read books for self-improvement. Start to improve yourself. Start to better yourself. For we start to grow apart from people when we realize we just don't align with them anymore. So we start to break apart, break away. And it's only natural, my friend. But you staying in a toxic relationship is going to keep you stuck. And even if you don't end up with that same person, you will end up with the same person in a different body until you heal. Start to learn what true love is. What is true love? Start to identify what you truly believe love is. What is love for you? Have you ever asked yourself that question? What is love for me? What do I desire? What sort of love do I want? Is that love realistic? Is it achievable? Because nobody's perfect. We want to find somebody that's perfect when we ourselves are not perfect. When we know how difficult it is to change. When we know how difficult it is to change our habits. To change our routines. And you want a prince when you are a peasant. You want a king when you are a peasant. You want a queen when you are a peasant. It doesn't make sense, my friend. Guys, the video is stopped. But anyways, You can't expect to be an emperor, right? You can't expect to be a peasant and be with an emperor. An emperor needs to be with an empress, and an empress with an emperor, with nobles, with your equal. Guys, you need to heal. The healing journey is not for the weak. The healing journey, it may take some time. And I know you are impatient. I know you feel impatient. But don't worry. Go through with the process. Life is about the journey. It's not always about the destination. When you get to the destination, sometimes you forget all about the journey. You forget about it. But the journey is what's truly rewarding. Get to know yourself. Learn about your love language. What is it? What do you think love is? What is love to you? Get to know yourself. Learn about yourself. Learn about these aspects of yourself. What do you expect to receive? How do you expect to be treated? Write these things down if you have to. For that is how you truly attract that into your life. You see, the union of the masculine and the feminine is very powerful. It's very powerful to the point where society is pushing for these gender wars, where society is pushing for you to have less children, for the family unit to be broken. Why do you think there's so much investment in social media? Why do you think social media pushes this so much? For the masculine and feminine to be at war with each other. Why? Why do you think they push toxic relationships so much? Why do you think the celebrities, the musicians push this on the masses, on the public? Why do you think it's so glorified? See, a lot of you are waking up now and starting to realize that the celebrity culture is not what you thought it was. A lot of you are starting to realize that it's not so glamorized as you thought it was. All the things that go on in the background that we never knew about, that people never knew about. Well, some of us knew, I knew, and some of you chosen ones knew, but now the world is starting to see the truth. Stop listening to these celebrities. Stop getting lost in the music. You see people that, the rappers, right? The musicians, the actors that tell you that they don't need a man, are married, right? They have their own relationships. And they're telling you, ladies, that you don't need a man. And for the men, what do they tell us? What do they tell us? Work on your success. Yes, which is important. Work on your bread. Work on everything else except who you truly are. Money is important, guys. For without money, you won't be able to live. Without pursuing your purpose and finding success in this world, whatever you define success truly is to you, my friend. Without searching that, it's hard to be happy as a man. Without going after that, it's difficult. But the worst thing is, my friend, is being a man and not knowing who you are and not working on yourself as a man. For you can lose everything in this world. You can lose the money. You can lose the relationship. You can even lose your family. But who are you? A true man of substance, can lose everything in this world, and be able to gain 100 times more. If he is that guy, if he is that man that is full of that substance, that knows who he is, you can get back on your feet no matter whatever you lose in this world. So don't let these celebrities lie to you that you need to lead with your money, that you need to lead with what you have. For you may have all this stuff and still be insecure. But a real secure man is still secure, even though he may not have the money, even though he may not have the clout, the fame. He's still secure within himself. Okay? Heal, my friend. Go through the healing journey. Heal. Don't rush the process. We want things so fast in this world. They taught us to want things quick. For we are always evolving. We are always progressing. We are always innovating. Things are getting easier as the time goes by. We are always creating new technology to make things easier for us. But in that process, right, we get lost in having things instantly and forgetting, right, that the seed needs to be planted, watered, and we need to watch it grow. And it will grow in its season. Don't forget the fundamental laws that are laid down on this universe. It is there for a reason. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I'm going to leave it at that. Value yourself, for you are valuable, chosen one. Love yourself, for you deserve all the love in this world. All the love that you're looking for in the world is already within you. And guys, never forget, never, ever, ever, ever forget that you were born for greatness. Okay? Peace.